Alright, welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We are taking on a rematch here to start things off against Abouty. And yeah, we're gonna basically try to hit and run this. Although I'm not sure if I'm gonna be too successful. I was thinking of using the Byleth team and potentially what's the word here? Baiting the team out from that red chair, where you see that red chair. So basically what I would do is bait out Duo Shamir, and then I'm pretty sure that Sanaki would come straight down, or at least end up behind Freyr, and then we'd figure out, what we do from there in terms of like getting off the rest of the threats off the board. The only real threat here is Sanaki. Everything else is kind of whatever. This is a really nice gatekeeper. Good build. Interesting build on this Byleth here. Then we got the rest of the goons. Mirabilis is in a really good position there. If you had like some type of isolation, you'd probably be able to get that, but I do not. So it is what it is. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take out Byleth. Reposition down with Crom, and then figure out our landing spots in terms of where we get to set up, because this enemy team has quite a bit of range here with a dance from Mirabilis, so we got to be a little bit careful in terms of how we play this out. Trap placements. Alright, so I'm going to go in from the left-hand side, so it's probably better to... which of these traps matter more? The gravity trap would really impact me, so we're probably going to step on the gravity trap and figure out where we go from there. Luckily we have Yunaka, and the disarm trap should be helpful. I also want to get the tactics room out of the picture as well, but we'll see how that plays in to my strategy here and where we end up with that. So yeah, let's see what we can do to this Byleth here. Alright, so that's pretty much what I expected. And also he doesn't have his guard in his A skill, just extra bulk instead. So yeah, we are going to be able to get the lethality off, because we're not getting stopped by guard there. Typically guard would slow down the lethality, so we'd have to depend on getting all 4 hits from Shez here, but that won't be the case in this matchup. We should be fine. Although it's a little bit weird there that I'm missing the kill when I'm attacking him, but I get the kill when I'm attacking Gatekeeper. That's weird.
Close your eyes.
So now I gotta focus on positioning. I gotta take into consideration what will happen with the enemy movement. Sanaki should be able to come all the way down and hit the spot where...
Leave it to me.
Right beside Yunaka.
Where was that?
And then she should also be able to hit the spot where my healing tower is. So that's quite a bit of range. Even though it doesn't appear that the enemy team has that much range, it is pretty much all of the bottom row except for the corners, the bottom corners, and probably like 2 spaces, well, one space on each side of that. So not a lot to work with here, and pretty much I'm just gonna be hoping for the AI to work in my favor here, because not much that I can do in terms of getting out of the way. I mean, probably I could have initiated with Yunaka, but Yunaka would have died to Byleth, so that wouldn't have made any sense.
Leave it to me.
Well, I know that trap's fake, but there's no reason to move Shez all the way up there just to take out Byleth. I guess we can do this, because then we can reposition onto the bolt trap.
What do we do?
Which gets another trap out of the way. And we also get the kill on Byleth. I don't know why. It would make sense that we'd be able to get the kill if we attack Byleth directly, but it's just not happening that way. a little bit weird, but I mean, it is what it is. Huh. Oh, I think I know what. Oh, okay, I gotta move 2 spaces. I gotta move 2 spaces to get the effect of my my beast build, Desperation 4, which is what I have on Shez currently. I gotta move 2 spaces to get the full effect from that, so that's why that's happening there. So we're gonna take ballast from here, and then reposition onto the
Can't beat me.
bolt trap. And then we gotta figure out our placements, which will be a problem.
Why not?
Ideally, you probably want to. I probably should have went in with the melee team and taken a swipe at Four Mortis, and then backed out because the dance is gonna be weird.
I'll handle this.
Yeah. Because Four Mortis will move, as well as
I'll do it.
Freyr will move. But then, because the 2 range units don't have assist, it's going to impact where they go. I know they're going to be chasing either Plumeria, Crom, or Hanoka, who all have very low res. Not sure what's gonna happen there. Let me think about this. Hold on.
I don't back down.
Oh, I'll do it.
Okay, so things are looking good so far. I think I should be okay if I pretty much barricade my units over on this side of the map. I was thinking of probably splitting them up just to force the 2 range units to move in different directions, but I think it should be okay. I mean, with Hanoka on the left and these melee threats on the right, it should be enough to force the AI movement to do what I want it to do, I think. Because that spot beside Yunaka isn't safe. Because if... well, let's see what happens. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I didn't expect Sanaki to do that. That's the worst case scenario there. I was hoping at least one of them would go left and go below Four Mortis, but both of them came straight down, and Sanaki didn't even use her full movement. That is really brutal. That's really, really brutal right there, man, because she didn't have to do that. Alright, well, GG's. Let's play one more. Alright, so that rematch went badly. Pretty good range there on the range units. They covered pretty much the entire bottom of the map, depending on how the dance goes. Yeah, not a bad setup at all. And as I said, it was indeed Sanaki who was the main problem unit there. Not that Duo Shamir isn't powerful, it's just that because of the layout of the map, Sanaki would have been able to take advantage of her weapon effects. There's no way for me to avoid having a unit within 2 spaces of a unit, so she would have gotten the full dominance effect from her weapon, so she would have always done the most damage there. I was really just hoping she would have gone left and then at the dance from there, because what that would mean is that I would have been completely out of range, because like I was saying, the spot beside Yunaka and the spot beside Hanoka were the ones that were going to be threatened. I didn't expect her to go to end up behind for Mortis. Well, not even for Mortis, behind Duo Shamir, to only move 1 space at that. That's really, really rare. Typically, they move the full distance, unless something is impeding them, or if they don't move at all, something like that. But yeah, that was
I understand.
that's pretty much as bad as it could get. But at least we got that out of the way. Let's see if we can do a little bit better in this one. A lot of powerful range units here, but Marth should be able to handle it. All we gotta do is take out everyone, pretty much. And with the support here, we should be good. Notice that I'm actually trying to avoid the ploy here. That's why I have some of the units there on the
I
left,
believe in you.
because you want them to get the buffs, the visible buffs, so that we can take advantage of the Marth's weapon. So that's pretty much what we're doing right now. Alright, so what we're gonna do is pretty much just tank all of the units that are about to come down. And then, yeah, we should be Gucci once we clear the ranged threats. I think Marth should be okay against Myr, so we're fine there. And we're also avoiding the sabotage from Rearm. Is it Rearm? No, attuned Plumeria. So, yeah. Well, not the sabotage. Well, yes, the sabotage plus the chip damage. The extra 5 chip damage, which can be the difference in terms of survival these days. Units just get so much chip damage. I mean, 5 plus 14 plus how much whatever additional amount your unit's weapon does. I mean, it's just crazy, man. You can literally just die in one combat and not even be able to do anything about it. Really annoying, but here we go. Veronica go. Oh. Who can tell me what I did wrong there? Is this going to be enough? 21 chip damage. Okay, yeah, that's enough. Man, I forgot about Veronica's sweep effects there. And I didn't move Marth the extra 1 space up so that he was able to counterattack. Boy, oh boy. Just when you think you got it all figured out, you know? Man. Yeah, that's the type of thing that happens when you get cocky, I guess.
I knew it.
Jeez Louise. I had that too. Oh, man. Yep. Veronica. She still does that thing. Yeah. And she got a... I really like these new trace skills, but GG's. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, so we're gonna use the Marth team against Cloud here, and hopefully this one pans out a little bit better. Pretty much, this is a catcher ball, so no Hardy Bearing. I didn't see any when I was checking the map, so we should be fine again. And even if it really does depend on who has the Hardy Bearing in terms of whether or not we can use Marth, because as you can see in the last match, Golvig did have Hardy Bearing, but she would have died if it wasn't for the chip damage. She got the full 21 there. Like I was saying, it would have probably been 26 if I had baited from within Triandra's range, but anyways, Mart should be able to handle everything here. Because of the vantage, as long as I'm able to get it off. No debuffs here that should be hitting aside from the Bright Shrine. Just gotta double check, and it looks like we're gonna be Gucci. And then I just gotta worry about getting the pots. So we just gotta break some structures here. I'm not sure if I should set up Marth on the left or on the right, but I think baiting from right here puts me in a better position on the right to be able to attack that pot on the right hand side when I decide to do so. And it also avoids Carla, who I do want to just leave her alone for a little bit. Let's see what she does in terms of movement. Again, getting the false start off on Katria. I mean, yeah, man, you have 5 team slots. I always, want to just recommend or remind you that she's still a good mythic as long as Freyr isn't around. Definitely worth keeping her on at least one team. You might get some use out of her. You never know. And yeah, we're going to be sweeping here. And eventually what will happen is that better mythics will come out, or at least a mythic that's better than Freyr will come out. And people are just going to get a little bit, how do I say this, spoiled for choice in terms of whether or not they use Freyr or whoever the newest mythic is. And as soon as Freyr starts to go on the decline, Elamine's value goes up. Whenever Freyr isn't there, Elamine is immediately the best unit again in Astra season. So yeah, the best mythic again in Astra season whenever Freyr isn't there. So it would behoove you, big word, look that up, to yeah, bring Elamine along just for the extra help. You never know when she would come in handy. It depends on as well the type of team that you're building. And we are able to get the false start once more off on Katria, and we're going to be good again. So I just got to figure out what I'm going to do in terms of the pots. I think we'll send Elliewood to start breaking the structures on the left-hand side, and then we're going to be able to get that pot from over there, and we should be able to figure everything out. I guess the next topic would probably be summer rules and how that went. If you're still listening at 15 minutes, yeah. Leon wasn't a problem because I banned every Leon team pretty much, and the one time that I think I let through someone who had a Leon team, but it was clearly a bait, so I just let them have it because I know they wouldn't have been able to use it. But pretty much he wasn't a problem. I think it really boiled down to the fact that it's not as bad as we thought it would be, which is crazy. I think if it shut off as many actions as For Mortis could potentially do, because For Mortis can like shut off 2 units.
Close your eyes.
I'll do all I can.
If you misplay, he can shut off like 2 units. But Leon, well, Leon can technically do it, but that's only if there's like matching speed, which is very, very rare for there to be 2 units with matching speed on a Summer Duels team. Typically people are like matching attack or defense. Very rarely do we match speed. So it's being down 1 unit is not the worst thing in the world, whereas Golvig could potentially shut off 4 or more. Well, probably only 4. Well, it really depends on the layout. And then there is his dual skill, and it's pretty hard to line it up depending on what map is in session. So this particular map, the Cav map here, and I think probably the same would go for most Cav maps. It's very hard to force the enemy to have all of their units in a row. So yeah, it really wasn't as much of a problem as well, I wasn't expecting it to be very challenging. I kind of felt like he is around Baby Golvig's level, if not a little bit below, where it comes to ending actions. But as a nuke, he is much better because of his range and the amount of chip damage that he does. But let's play one more. We do need another win. Here we go. Alright, so we're up against Fang here, and yeah, we're gonna go with Marth again. It's that type of week. We've been using Marth pretty much for every map, and he has been cleaning house aside from the few mistakes that I've made so far with him. 100% my fault in those situations, but yeah, this should be another one where we're able to get the sweep. And yeah, let me go ahead and continue recapping my Summer Duels run. So yeah, I was saying about Baby Leon, Baby Golvig, and Leon in terms of comparison. I think Baby Golvig is better when it comes down to just ending actions, because maybe if she had it in her dual skill, maybe it would be a little bit more comparable, but I feel like Baby Golvig is just overall better in that regards, because you just have to get her into position, and getting her into position is a lot more to think about from both a player phase and in the enemy phase, like in the opponent's phase. It's a lot more worrisome because you have to watch where they position Baby Golvig in order to avoid that. Whereas for Leon, what's going to happen is that he will get to a point where he can no longer initiate because the tanks are strong enough to kill him on the counterattack. It's kind of like that right now, kind of, sort of, but that's probably what's going to happen. That's what's going to be the end of him. alongside the removal of the chip damage. Once we get over that, this chip damage meta, he will be a lot easier to deal with, and I do see that happening in the next couple of months, I think, because Golvig should be getting her refined this year. The calves? No, my bad. It's the horse. It's the horses, and that means Byleth, right? Golvig is next year. But I do expect some type of nerf or counter to the chip damage this year. So I'm looking out for that, because what that will mean is that Leon will completely just fall off the meta because he just doesn't hit hard enough. Crazy, crazy to say. Against blue units, yeah, he does, but against just regular tanks, he doesn't hit hard enough. The real reason that he's able to get most kills is because of the chip damage. I think I've said this before. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Aside from that, I was really disappointed in my Seliph team. It was so bad. I don't know what else. I need a fourth team. I ended up making a couple Cavline teams, 2 of them, 3, and I ended up going with the Seliph one because I figured it would be better, but it's still, Seliph just, man, he's missing so many kills now, man. It's so sad. He was so good. Like, I don't feel like there are any good red units in the game aside from Byleth, Marth, Summer Fjorm, and that's pretty much it. Everyone else is kind of booty. Maybe Fallen Female Byleth or Fallen Byleth. You can probably put a shout in there for her, but yeah, Green has really taken over when it comes to Omni tanking. The best Omni tanks in the game right now are really Ather and Altina, and both of them are very, very good for different reasons. Altina probably is the most terrifying one, and probably the real reason that both of them are so good is that there are no good red there are no good red units in the game. That's crazy to say, but whenever the colors or the power balance shifts so this far in the meta, you know that there's going to be some type of correction eventually. I was thinking that what would have happened was that since Sanaki came out and she was red, I was thinking they'd probably put out a blue unit to counter her, but so far there hasn't been anything with that amount of power to really shift the meta. Zelgius was a good introduction in terms of being a soft, well, not necessarily a soft counter, but just someone who could manage that combat potentially. But we found other ways to deal with Duo Sanaki, and that's primarily because of how her weapon works. But I think ultimately what will happen is that, or ultimately what did happen was that Green got a lot stronger than we were expecting it to get. I was very surprised with just how strong a lot of the Green Omni tanks were this summer dual session. Altina was pretty much everywhere, and so was Ather. Plus a couple other green units that were just a handful to deal with. But ultimately, what it really boiled down to for me this session was that I really just had a bad run in terms of performance. First matchup was against a rank 1 player, which sucks. It always sucks. I lost that because I was trying out New Year's Kvaser. I definitely wanted to see how good she was. Typically, she's not on the team that I put her on, but I was like, all right, let's give her a try. This team is pretty good. What's the worst that could happen? And the worst did indeed happen. Ultimately, that loss was really down to Corrin dying. Brave Corrin just got wrecked by Hortensia, of all things. Really probably down to the debuff to her speed and res, but they got the first move, and yeah, there's really no way for me to avoid it. Yeah, so Hortensia wrecked Corrin, and then without a save unit, it was easy pickings for them. They had all range, no save, so I was at a severe disadvantage there. flyers on top of that, so they were able to just mobilize all around the map with soaring
Victory is
guidance, extra movement on Ivy. Ivy is very, very good in summoner duels and a little bit in ether raids. She needs a little bit of help in ether raids. I feel I'm not quite 100% sold on her in ether raids just yet, but she's good. Yeah, I like her. She's good.
Leave this to me.
And yeah, that's pretty much how that matchup ended. Corrin died. Swapped out Corrin for
I
Myrrh.
believe in you.
Myrrh is very good. Very, very good. This Myrrh is so good. I was so surprised. I'm not gonna hold you, man. She was able to take out whatever that last Byleth with the ring, engaged Byleth. She smacked him, like completely destroyed him, and I was so shocked. I was like, whoa, a dragon killing a red unit with dragon effective damage? That's crazy. But yeah, and then the rest of the matches were just like horrible gameplay for me. Ultimately, I lost to people that I should have lost to, and I won the matches that I should have won, and I finished in Master C again. So we'll see what happens next time. GG's.